They added conversations in the bus now. Okay. Do you think it'll actually happen, Chris? Eurocoach sim. Horses in Farm Sim. What a blast that was. Oh, it's taking a while to get this XP, isn't it, eh? No. Captain Nelson's, I will not be participating in Farm Sim tournament. Push comes to shove, can you get the hours from another school which works at night or at least close later? Apart from like the major airports around me, I don't know where I could do that. I mean, it'd be kind of great if I could just take the plane with my instructor, fly over to Southend, wait for it to go to nighttime, take off, do my stuff, come back, land. Then he goes home, and then I go back and fly the plane back early morning next day, but that's a lot of hassle. And I don't know if they'd let me do that. Plus, you'd have to pay to hangar the plane there in Southend, and that's probably going to cost quite a bit. Lyd, yeah, I plan to go to Lyd Airport at some point. That's what I want to do this year, is start flying to loads of different places. I want to, like, build the hours up now, really. Lyd, not Lidl. North to Denmark. East to Poland. To Sweden. There's no Class B in the UK Boeing. Southend before sunset, then back at night. Toys? You read that Metro, the video game, is based on novels. Oh, alright. Interesting. Quite like the bridge. Might go through the bridge. Land at Liverpool Airport, I bet the wheels will be stolen before the plane gets into the hangar. You know, Dave.
Welcome back.
I'm sure Senator loves that comment. Love and love, welcome back. I'll take it the pickup points here then. I have to go. This is so silly. I have to drive over here, click on the job, say yes, then turn around and go back in the same place in the yard. Your brother lives in Liverpool, so you've got to give him some stick. Cargo market. It would be so much easier if you could get out of your truck, walk over to the dispatch office and just say, "Oi, sort it out." Yeah, reverse with the dolly trailer. Yeah, good luck with that. You're going to play WoW again? Do you mean World of Warcraft or do you mean World of Warships, Hopper? I'm not going to play Warcraft, I am going to play Warship. You're from Liverpool and you found it funny. Oh dear. Alright, Trucker Chris, have a good one. Scumbag. Clutch! Like, I'm not joking. You rev up like that, so you hold your revs, you let the clutch up, and then it bites there. Do you see that? I'm literally, like, lifting my foot up at that kind of pace, and by the time I get within about that much distance, it goes from nothing to full bite. That's the problem. That's the issue. It's not really a clutch. It's almost like a digital clutch. It needs to, like, they need to open the whole range of the clutch up so that you can get, like, a smooth bite instead of it going nothing, 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 full clutch. It's not the dead zone if you look at the options. I mean, this is the weird thing, is when you look at the clutch axis, look at that. So there's like all of that control range there. Let's try it on max. That's the dead zone. Let's minimize the dead zone and maximize the range. Let's try that. Let's see if it works. Even that is not like the range it was showing me. It's better. I can actually get some kind of a bite out of it. It's a better range than it was, but it's nothing like it should be. It's weird, because in the screen it shows you like a full range, but in the game, it doesn't behave that way. Well, the dead zone is like... All the dead zone really helps you with is accidentally, you know, if you've got your foot just touching the pedal, you don't want it activating. But as soon as you start to apply pressure, you want the dead zone to disappear. Because the more dead zone, the less range you have left, if you see what I mean. So you want some dead zone. But not much. But either way, that's not going to affect the range I just had. I don't know, Wolfie. I just don't know. It could be. Wow, look at that sun. You think I'm driving a BMW the way I'm pushing it? A BMW rental dray. That's what you mean. Never buy an ex-rental car. Oh my god. Can't be a Beamer with indicator usage. That's not restricted to Beamers. G27 is on the shelf. Who's worse, BMW or Audi? A lot of BMW drivers went over to Audi. From, I'm surprised the indicators are not an optional expense. So, Sir's ordering his BMW today. Would you like the optional indicator pack? No, don't need that. Excellent, sir. That's saved £500. You can spend that on more speed. Worst drivers are mums and SUVs. Some of them can be pretty bad, I will admit. It's not so much the driving, it's just some of the things they do. You know, when they're dropping little Johnny off and they kind of pull up and throw the doors open and they get the kid out the back and holding all the traffic up. It's like, what are you doing? Who was that host? Rob Jansen, of course. It must be Rob and Rob. The dynamic duo raid. Emir Hankumen. Good evening to you too. What have you boys been up to tonight? Trains or trucks? How do you look left and right? I use my neck and I turn my head, and that generally works for me. Need to be careful now. We've got right lane but going left, I think. I think that's correct. Sorry, Dre, what did you do? Easy, boy. Can I do a tutorial? What, on how to move my head? I could do. In the game, you look left at the junction, but you didn't use the mouse or key. Ah, you mean in the game, moving my head? Sorry, I thought you meant how do I... You said how do I look left and right? Okay. So, in the game... Because obviously it's not connected to my head, because, you know, you can see it's nothing to do with that. It's actually connected to the top part of this switch here. So if you watch carefully with my thumb, when I slide my thumb to the left, it looks left. And if I slide my thumb to the right, it looks right, like that, you see? So it's all controlled off this thing, and it's not controlled off my head. It's like the top part of this stick here. It's like one of those trackpads on an Apple. You just kind of move your thumb over it. It's pretty cool stuff. Apprentice UK, I'm winding you up, bro. So on the side of this thing here is what you call track IR, right? And it basically tracks the position of your head. It's just like a sensor. Yeah, there's like an IR camera above my monitor, and then there's this on the side of the head. And then as you move your head, it translates into camera movement. Track IR Pro 5 or something it's called. I'm just winding you up, bro. Pulling your leg, as they say. Ooh, it's daytime. So Paulie's going to put this skin in the workshop tomorrow, in case you want it. John Fezzer, good evening. Ban Squirrel for trolling. I'm unbannable in my own channel. You can't ban me. Track IR is great, Rob Jansen, but it does have its downsides. Number one, this thing is, you gotta look after it. It's not solid. It's very easy to break this. The camera bit is fine. It sits on the monitor, out of harm's way. This, you can easily break this. It's so flimsy. Second thing is, this is like the Pro version, so you need the cable to go with it. So you need to plug this into USB. Yeah, you can get the non-Pro version, which is just 3 things, but then you have to wear a cap with a thing on it, like that. So there is, you know, there are the downsides of it all, as well as the upsides. And also, this thing does not fit onto a lot of headsets. Like, it fits onto this headset because it has a thin metal bit to clamp on. But there are many headsets now that are like a solid, thick plastic, like, component, and there's just nowhere to clamp it onto. Yours is held together with tape. My last one was held together with tape. It started off being held together by a cable tie, and then I had to literally put like black tape on it to hold it together because it was falling apart, and I had to get another one. They are really delicate. There's also a company called Track Hat that give you an alternative. They have a thing that tracks on, that you can either clamp it to the cap or you can buy caps with it built in, and then they use different cameras. They use like ones off a PlayStation or something to do it. You've abused yours and it never broke. Don't know what you did with it, to be fair. Dropped my headset was one of them onto the floor, and it basically, the connector between this triangle and the clamp is really flimsy. In fact, even the clamp itself, if you look at it, is really flimsy. Looks better in daylight, doesn't it? You 3D printed a clip for it to fit on the Corsair wireless headset. How strong is that though, friends? I thought 3D printed stuff was not that strong. Are they, Dave? I don't know. I don't have a 3D printer. No, there's no bacon. I didn't see any points in putting bacon because we're using BDF all the way, so we're not going to ever need bacon. If I swapped out the BDF, I'd probably swap out the roof bars and put bacon up there. Mr. Squirrel had a 3D printed gift for Christmas, the measuring cup. Oh, was that 3D printed? I don't think they're bacon, are they, Chris? No, they're not bacon. So the bacon button's not doing anything. Am I projecting stuff on the back wall, Bob? No. But you might be seeing shadows from like the camera and stuff.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Gurut Pierre 78, thank you very much for subbing, Gurut. Welcome to the Net House. Yeah, but Dave, isn't the problem with 3D printers is like you have to keep designing things or finding templates for stuff? Frostmod Cinema, just around Christmas I got it, I think. I'm alright for Spezzy, Connor. Got a few tins left, about 10 at least. What have I had for dinner? Fish cakes, jacket potato, asparagus. When can you expect more real world flying vids, Guy? Basically when I've finished, I've got some more training to do. Finish my night rating and finish my 172 cross training, and then my instructor leaves anyway. He's going to a different, he's going flying at Duxford, doing flying some of the warbirds for people that pay for it. So I'll be then just focused on our building, and I'll be taking cameras with me. Well, I already did an hour on the 172 back in October, I think it was. I did an hour on the 172 and an hour on the PA-28 Warrior, and then decided to carry on the Warrior. So I cross-trained onto the Warrior, was gonna like learn all about it, and I was gonna fly that, and then they sold it, which really annoyed me. So now I'm having to cross-train on the 172 because it's either that or fly Robins or find a different school. And I've looked around for different schools, and it's not an easy option. Yeah, he's flying it. He's going to Duxford, Connor. So he's a glider instructor. He's doing glider instruction, and he's also doing flying the warbirds at Duxford 5 days a week. So I'm going to fly to Duxford at some point. I'll probably say hi to him. At some point, I may even try gliding. I'm not sure. In the future. I'm not sure, like, the idea of flying without an engine, but I've been told it's really awesome and really improves your flying skills. Will you ever detail in skylines? What do you mean, cinema? Which plane do you fancy to fly? Not sure what you mean. His name's Simon Miles. Yeah, I'll be back in the sky, guy. Don't worry about that. Oh boy. In due time, what type of aircraft will you be able to fly? Well, I can fly. I'm licensed to fly. I have a rating on a single engine piston, so that's your limit. Single engine piston. But in reality, a flight school will only hire you a plane if you're current on it, and different flight schools have different ideas of what current is. As in, have you flown it recently? Have you been trained on it? So that's your limit. But you know, within single engines, you can get variable pitch prop planes. You can get like turboprop type stuff, and you'll need to train onto those because they bring their own problems. I would like to fly something with a variable pitch propeller and retractable undercarriage, because that keeps, like, the cost of that isn't too high, but they can do like 150 knots cruise, which is, you know, you can get around doing that. Gliding is good, especially aerobatics. I'm not massively into aerobatics in sliders. Well, I think I haven't looked at the Columbia 400. Piper do stuff, and I think Cessna do stuff with variable pitch and retractable undercarriage. The only thing I don't like about like the Warrior is the fact that it has one door to get in and out of it, and it's just a bit annoying, you know. I quite like having a door on my side. Air shows. I don't know actually. I've not been to an air show for a few years. I haven't booked onto anything yet. Do I watch Skyline's videos? No. Firefighter, have a good week, sir. No, the 172 doesn't. It's a fixed pitch. I think the 182 does, Speaker, if I remember. I think the 182 does go variable. Or at the very least it has a turbo. It has a fuel. It's fuel injected on the 182, so it's no carburetor. But I can't remember. I think it has variable pitch. Maybe some of the higher models do. Is it Cat? It's 182 is constant, there you go. Good evening. Is there any of the 182 range that does have variable pitch propeller? Oh, the SR22 is way out of my price bracket. Like Max's plane, his SR22 before he got rid of it, that is just... If I had something like that, that is a beautiful machine. I would love something like that, but that is insane. Like $400,000 or something nuts. It's just well out of my price bracket. And it's got a parachute. Which is just amazing. Oh no, I can't find anywhere to land. There goes Caps. Nah, I don't fancy a microlight, thanks. The feeling of being a kite? Nah, you're alright. Kit plane, no. I wouldn't ever fly a kit plane. I don't think. Like Keith from Pilot Edge, he flies like a Lancos, which is... It's very small inside the cockpit, but that thing can fly. That thing can move. But I think that's an experimental aircraft. I'm not 100% on that. I think Cat Scrater would know though. Lunar Nightshade, welcome back. The SR-71 is quite affordable as an airfix kit. Lol. Yeah, it is experimental, I thought it was. I don't know, does that affect, like... I mean, 180 True Cruise is amazing. Does that affect insurance, Cat? Like, what does that affect in real life? What can he and can he not do, given it's experimental? Does it just cost more to insure, or is he restricted in some way? Nightshade, 37 months. Always forgot to push the button for the resub. Thank you, Luna. Good night, Aki. That wind turbine is spinning pretty quickly. Flippin' heck. They don't spin like that. I think it'd tear apart. Garden to Robihan or something. 45 minutes for 300 euros. Experimental cert actually opens up the ability for the owner part to perform maintenance on the airplane here in the US. Thank you, Balthasar. Yeah, the wind turbines are specifically gearboxed, so they never ever go that quick. Adaldril, Paul, hope you have a great week flying and make good progress on your night rating. Dude, if I get to fly this week at all, I'll be happy. I really will. Thank you. Red City Dock. Ah. Hey, where is Jules? I've not seen Jules for a while, actually. Yeah, I'll show you the truck when they get on the straight, Lindsay. Whoa, 20 limit here, blimey. I can't guarantee that, Nathan. It's a never-ending stream of traffic. Look at that. It literally is a never-ending stream of traffic. Oh boy. I really should have paid attention more. I was just following them, thinking that was the way we're going. Everybody's going that way, so I thought that's the way to go. Right, let's show you the truck. There you go. Jeff Everyone's room opening up on GTA OCRP early February. But that brings me back round to the point, doesn't it? What would I do on it? I'm sure if I wanted to do it, Jeff would let me in. But, yeah. Paulie did the skin and it'll be on the workshop tomorrow, he said. It's a pity you can't change the wheels on the own trailer on this, because they don't really fit with the rest of the truck. I want to fly into Copenhagen one day. IRL, that is. Just because the approach. Adam, 99, thank you for 2 months, Adam. Mikey 4, thanks for 16. have one complaint about the new layout. The outro music is too upbeat and happy. Well, the outro music will change. But, you know, it will still be... wow, that crosswind. It will aim to be still a bit upbeat, you know. Yes, Roadmaster, it's a mod. It's a winter mod. Mr. Zillion, welcome back. How many years have I been Twitch streaming? I've been streaming since about 2012, late 2012, but I didn't start on Twitch. Started on Owned, I think, and then went to Justin TV, then went back to Owned, and then went to Twitch. Something like that. Kids are settled down, Sharpie. It wasn't a mod, Alex, it was Nutslammer. Nutslammer's programmed to purge anything that looks like a web address, and that Justin.tv is a web address. How do I like the Volvo? It's pretty good. It's really good fun. It's really configurable. Loads of cool options on it. It's definitely worth a drive. Some of the video on YouTube of Kai Tak landings in a crosswind are unbelievable. Have I heard of Tobii eye tracking? Yes. No good for me. Useless for me. Because I'm always reading chat, so my eye focus would be over there. I see people playing first-person games with it. And it shows you where they're looking. And at first it's kind of interesting, but after a while it just gets very distracting. It's almost like watching a laser pen with a cat. It's like at first it's like, woohoo, and after a bit you just think, no, that laser pen's really annoying me now. Gives some people motion sickness. What, if you actually use it to move the camera? Yeah, what I was talking about was they use it to show where the streamer's looking in a first-person shooter game. So if he starts looking around the screen here, you'll see like a blob move around, which is where his eye's focused, so that you know what he's looking at. It's almost like a learning tool, I guess. But if you used it to actually move your camera, yeah, I can see that causing motion sickness. Is it worth it for a single screen? Track IR is more useful if you've only got a single screen. If you've got triple screens, you have less need of Track IR than if you've only got one screen. I'm looking forward to half term, Connor. Wow, they've got an 80 limit through here. What the heck? Okay. No, Bob. I'll use track hour instead. I can't imagine they allow people to do 80 between those barriers. That's just nuts. I missed my turn, did I? I should really pay attention to what I'm doing. Looks like we can just go around the other side of Malmo. Should be fine. Too busy reading chat, Dry. Sue me. We're heading into Malmo, Deza. We're almost there. 24 Ks. Speaking of which, hashtag blame Sammy. Lol. Just as the sun's going down as well, perfect. Visioned Wheat. Thank you for a bullseye 50 months. A nice round number. Keep up the good stuff. Thank you very much, Visioned. Johnny O, thanks for the great stream. Hope you get in the hour this week. Finish your night rating and I'll look forward to the next stream on Thursday. Thank you, dude. I shall let you know. Scumbag. When is it that there's no Sunday night trucking again? June. When I go to Orlando in June. Nope, I've not been to the state of Maine. Oh, the funeral. Yeah, that's, funeral's on the 11th of Feb, I think, which is a Monday, so there'll be no Sunday night trucking on the day before, which I'm guessing is the 10th, if I've got the dates right. So I think it's probably not next Sunday, but the one after, I'd guess. Where are we going? You going down there or in here? Kind of looks like it goes there as well. I think she's over the worst of it, Phillips, but, you know. It's never going to be easy. Mrs. Squirrel's dead. Whoa, getting closing in on level 99. Closing in. Thanks for turning it around, Jeff. And that brings us to the end of Sunday Night Trucking. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun. And I'll kick off the playlist after this stream of this week's streams. And but they're all available on SquirrelPlus if you want to watch them there. And today's stream will be on SquirrelPlus tomorrow. So yeah, busy week ahead, hopefully flying if the weather holds. And I'll try and get some kind of videos together this week as well. So yeah, just an all-round busy week. Hope you have a good week, guys, whatever you're doing. Please give the mods some love, thank you. They modded splendidly all week, as ever. Ouch. Oh, and I shall be back on Thursday, I think. Back on Thursday, I believe. So yeah, have a cracking week. And I'll see you in a few days' time for some more fun streams. Yeah. That's a good truck. Definitely recommend that. It'll be in the mod, it's in the mod spreadsheet, and that livery will be on Paulie's workshop tomorrow. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Love you all. Have a good week. Good night.